Hey again, if you're watching this, you've already registered for the task management workshop, and I'm so glad you did because I want to share something personal with you today. Because I know a lot of you are where I once was, working late, fixing mistakes, answering every single question, even when you have a system in place, or so you think. Because first, I want to dive into the early version of having a system, what that meant to us. We used to say we had a system. We were using tools like JetPack. I can't remember all the other ones. There was like 6. We had recurring tasks set up. We had client folders and templates. We thought finally things are going to get better. But the truth is, we were still drowning. Tasks were getting missed. We couldn't see who was overloaded, and everything still came back to me and my business partner. And this is what it felt like day to day. And I know some of you can totally relate to me. I remember one day standing in the office and my team was there. The task board was full, and I still got asked 10 times, what do you want me to work on next? Was that email from the client already handled? Is this included in the engagement? I just wanted to scream, it's all in the system. Why isn't this working? But here's what I realized. Not everything was in the system. It was just the reoccurring tasks that were in the system. Not everything was in the system. We weren't intentional. So what changed everything? It wasn't just changing softwares. It was the structure. It was thinking through what we really needed. Just putting tasks into a software doesn't mean you've built a system. We had tools. We just didn't have structure. We didn't have clear ownership. We didn't have defined handoffs. I had no visibility into capacity, and neither did anybody else. Nobody knew what each other was doing. Each person had their own way of doing things. We had no way to track out of scope work. And by out of scope work, I'm like talking about the stuff you're not getting paid for, that you're paying a team member to do. That stuff, they would just, whatever was that client asked for, they would just do it. There was no system to tell them what was included and what was not included. There was no rules for when and how work got delegated. The real problem wasn't the people. It wasn't even the software. It was the lack of leadership structure holding it all together. And then the breakthrough, when the system felt like a team member. When we fixed that, everything changed. We started using our system like a team member, not just a list of things to do. Tasks didn't depend on our memory. Handoffs happen without a million Slack or team messages. I stopped being the backup plan, and eventually I was able to start taking unplugged vacations. I was able to step away. My business partner was able to do it, and so was my team. They weren't getting called while they were on vacation. Not just weekend, weeks, and the business kept running. And that's what I want for you, because if you're already feeling buried or you're just starting out, you can start by fixing this from the beginning. Or wondering why your team isn't using the system. There's reasons, or why you're still the one chasing loose ends. Why are you the one still doing that? And it's not because you're bad at this. I want you to hear that. You're not bad at this. It's because no one ever taught you how to build a real system that supports your life. And we're going to change that on October 16th at 1 Central. And I want to make sure you have your calendar blocked. And I will stay on afterward to answer any questions that you have, because one thing I want you to hear what I'm saying. I don't care what system you use. It should be just like a team member for you. But what I want you to start noticing up until the workshop is, where is this system failing to carry the weight? Where is it failing? What is it not doing? And that is a key piece to understanding what is going on. And I'll see you soon, because you don't need to be the glue anymore. You just need the right structure.